So what is AI?
Well, what is AI? Beyond a lot of code that does a lot of things and a lot of people that have absolutely no idea what it means, it's trying to emulate nature as well as a lot of other elements and solve problems.
Are there potential applications? What are some typical applications of AI?
Actually, it would be hard to say about areas that AI cannot be applied to. From everyday life to making decisions, to checking your credit score, to less common ones, at least for us as academics. In agriculture, you can definitely use AI to better figure out how to water your crops, to better see where to harvest it earlier or when to wait a bit longer. Anything that you can quantify, anything that can be a decision-making system, AI can help. AI is a very broad thing, but its applications are near infinite.
These only applications, or have they been used successfully?
I mean, if you've been listening to the news, it's definitely been used in malicious ways as well, but also really, really good ways. One of the most interesting ones would be, have you seen those cameras that regardless of how much you shake them around, they still are fixed on their seat? That's AI. That is something that you cannot just create a rule for it. That is evolving and improving and figuring out what to do as things are being thrown at.
Okay. And how far do you think from creating an AI humanity is?
Very far. Elon Musk is correct in saying that yes, AI is dangerous, but not because it will overthrow humanity and destroy the world as we know it. It's not the main reason. We do not have, as a species, currently, the technical capability to get to that point. Even if we somehow manage to get the algorithms to learn and adapt and figure out that the economics of things and the social implications of things and how to connect to things and overthrow us, we just don't have the technology to allow them to do that yet. You have AI. This computational intelligence can do one thing better than any one human can, but have them do two or three things and they just fail.
Okay.
And I'm not afraid from that point of view. How people would use that extremely good AI, that's where I'm afraid.
And that's something like what they use in Cambridge Analytica. They had thousands of data points and lots of data from Facebook. They took people's private information and they allowed a computer to learn the rules as to which way they would vote.
It's okay, but we were focusing on the bad side. A really, really good application that I legitimately hope I get to live and go through. Self-driving cars. I would love to see the day where all the cars are self-driving.
One of those applications is something called a neural network. And what that's based on is, let's take a human brain, for example. My brain, when it receives inputs such as vision or something, I can tell that this is a pint glass, I can tell that that's beer inside, I can tell that this is a table. And human brains are very good at visual recognition. So someone normal, they say, well, of course, it's a pint glass, that's a table. But it's actually a non-trivial thing to have that much high function. And then it becomes a question of putting that intuition, the intuition of a human brain, or even a mammalian brain, into a computer and allowing it to make predictions and get insight that people previously wouldn't have been able to do. So currently I study DNA from the point of view of, can AI improve knowledge of DNA that previously wouldn't have been had?
It's exciting. It really is. That's just brushing the surface of what's possible. So much more.
Would the general public have been subjected to any AI?
Yes. I mean, how many of you have used Siri or Google Assistant?
Yeah.
Or Cortana? That's AI. That's AI figuring out patterns in your speech, turning that into text, turning that text into, well, an instruction. Yes, we take it for granted. We can just understand what people say.
Yeah.
But if I say the same thing in English to someone who doesn't speak English, these words mean nothing to them. Same to an AI engine. It has to learn, it has to adapt, it has to figure out your accent. And then have to figure out, well, okay, they forgot a verb in their sentence. What do they actually mean? Okay, from there, AI is all around us right now. AI will destroy the world.
What?
Are you afraid of AI?
Dun dun dun. Find out. 14th of May. V-Bar.
And 15th and 16th.
Okay, so consciousness.
What is consciousness?
Okay, so it's basically a sentient being or a human being capable of recognizing its own existence. Is that
I guess
something like that?
sounds legitimate, even though we as humans also take a lot of subconscious input from
Yeah, I
surroundings.
suppose. And where do you draw the line between something that's alive and versus what's not, and aware of its own existence versus not? I'm really not sure. Is a dog aware of its own existence? I don't know.
That's really exciting. I mean, it's one of those things that I, for AI, just take for granted. But for humans, I would like to learn more.
And I suppose then, of course, we go back to the question of could you put your consciousness into a computer or a machine of some sort, and would it then be considered an AI?
I mean, we are technically robots. If you think
Yeah.
about it, we are the dominant species on Earth, so we don't like to consider ourselves robots. Which actually, I learned yesterday, comes from the word slave in Czech.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, technically possible. We can put someone's brain inside a computer. Technically. Practically nowhere near, because we've yet to emulate something that's strong as the brain, so
Okay.
it might be a while until then.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's all have a pint of science in mid-May.